I found some really weird things when I went to take off this the front variator cover and the rear clutch cover. I want to show you. Now, one thing in a lesson with these bikes is that when you think the bike is not running well for some reason and you take it apart, you want to look at all these parts very carefully before you just put them off to the side and think, well, it's got to be something else. And what we have here, this is your front drive pulley. No, it's not a variator plate. It's called a I forget the name of it. Anyway, the variator is behind it. You can see it right back here. We have a rear clutch bell, which is ventilated, and the clutch is behind there with the drive belt right here. What I like to do when I take the front chrome cover off right here is to look and see, do I have any like marks as far as, you can see that dark spot? That's not oil. It could be oil though. You have to look close, but what that is that is your belt right there disintegrating, which it does. It slowly turns into dust, but we want to look around all the way around where the belt goes and see if there's any kind of places where it's dragging. Okay, there is no places. So then what we want to do is we want to look at the back ventilated clutch cover and see if there's any kind of problems. And you can see that there looks like a little tiny bit of fluid, and what that is coming off the back of the air horn right here. This is the air horn of the carburetor, and when you give it a whole bunch of gas or full throttle right up here, what happens is you'll shoot a bunch of spray backwards. That just happens. You don't notice it because you've got your air filter normally on and it catches it. But if it doesn't have anything to catch it, then it drops, and it drops onto your really cool chrome. I got that from Steve too at VT Cycles. But it drops on this, and it also gets onto your belt, which is not the best. The weird thing I noticed here is usually when I take this bike out, before I started using the red Permatex lock on this nut, is that this nut here would come undone. This would come loose right here, and I couldn't get the bike to start, and I have to walk it home. Now what's weird about this case is, like I said in the other video, I was having a problem between first and second gear, or it's in low gear right now when it's sitting. When it goes to high gear, or second gear, which I call it, is in an automatic transmission sense, this rear pulley back in here opens, and you see the bell where it's riding on top. What happens is the rear pulley opens, gets wider, and this belt sinks to the very bottom, or it rides right on this shaft right here, and then the front of the belt, instead of riding right on the shaft, will climb to the very top of this. The weird part is this. Look at this. See that? That is a big no-no. Alright, this front drive face is loose. And that's really weird. What that means is that this drive face is supposed to be so far away from that variator, and the belt right here rides up on the inner drive face or the variator. It'll go right from this, it rides on a pulley boss right here. As you start getting into speed, it goes higher and higher and higher on the inside of this. And one side of the belt, you can see that, whoops. Oh, sorry about that. You know, it kind of sucks getting old. Just pretend you didn't hear that, because I'm not going to edit it out. Rock on. Anyway, the one side of the belt rides on the inner side of this. The other side of the belt rides on the side of the variator right there. But when this is loose like that, that is a big no-no. You can see where it's, that should be iron tight right there. So what I'm going to have to do is take out my heat gun, which I have right there. I'll heat this up, and I'll get out my air compressor, which is right there, and then I'll hook on my 1/2-inch impact gun. And I'll put it right on here and take that off once I get it hot enough and see what's going on. But I thought it was the rear spring that was giving me a problem, but no, it's this. But as long as I have all this off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like I said, replace the rear spring, yellow spring, and I will also replace the belt with Kevlar. I'll clean everything up, and just pretend you did not hear that one huge, big American fart. Alright? But that's what rock and roll and Dios are all about.